Okay, welcome back, y'all. Last video was very long. Let's go ahead and jump into 5.2.5, which is Explore Network Identifiers. Okay. Open ZenMap by clicking the eyeball icon at the top left of the screen. I don't know what it means by top left. Oh, it just says left. The eyeball icon at the left of the screen. As here, this is ZenMap. This is a cybersecurity tool. And in the target field, type the IP address of the computer to scan. I heavily recommend typing it. Typing is a skill that is so important to IT, right? Because when you get into like Linux systems, which every single server runs on, right? I use terminal for my computer. You'll have to like ls, you'll have to cd source, and a lot of times this stuff is not does not have autofill, especially if you're SSHing into things. So typing is an invaluable skill. Typing without looking at the keyboard is an invaluable skill. So just keep that in mind. 73.44.216.20. I use a keyboard that is custom and split and has a different layout than everybody else. So just keep that in mind while I'm able to type so fast. Regular scan, we hit scan. It tells us a bunch of stuff that we may not understand quite yet. We'll go ahead and look at the questions, and we're going to answer them together. With the current configuration of open ports, the target computer can serve web pages. Is that true? So these are open ports, and these allow certain protocols to come through. If they're targeted towards a certain port, they allow your the traffic to come through the network. Whereas if all the ports are closed, which is the default state, it doesn't allow any of that in. Now we can see SSH is open for the device. That is secure shell, which allows you to control a computer through the command line, and I can show you all that very quickly. I will SSH into the user account, which mine is my name. And Bruce, you are gonna have to blur out at least the last 4 digits, or yeah, the from here on. I'm trying not to say the IP address out loud so he can blur it. But it will be your command, which is SSH, the user you want to log into, and then the IP address of the device that you want to connect to. You will have to be on the same network as this device, meaning in this specific case, you will have to be on the same router or switch in order to control the device. If I hit enter, if this is your first time, and Bruce, please block this out again. If this is your first time controlling this device through SSH, you will have to basically confirm, like, are you sure you want to connect to this device? You don't know if it's safe. And if you have access to both devices, it's probably safe. I wouldn't see why not, but since this is my more than second time, it's just going to ask for my password. I'm going to go ahead and enter it, and I am in. I can hit NeoFetch, which is a package I've installed, which you can see is my server. It's really just a laptop. It's been running for 6 days and 15 hours. These are the specs, but you can tell I'm not on Ubuntu. I'm on Windows. So I'm going to type exit to exit it, and I'm going to type exit again to exit my terminal. Telnet HTTP is open, which is web pages. HTTPS is web pages. So this device can serve web pages because those ports are open. How many total ports does the target computer have? there are 1,000 ports, total ports. I don't think it means open ports, but let's see. Oh, keep working. So what it means actually, and I remember doing this with my last batch of students as well. It means how many total ports does the target computer have open. It's a little bit confusing, but we'll go ahead and correct for it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. And that is 100%. So that is it for that lab. I'm going to quickly go over typing, why it's important. I've already gone over why it's important, but what I like to do is I like to go to monkeytype.com. Okay. And I like to type here, at least for beginners. So they say a good typing speed is about 80 words per minute, because that's about as fast as you can think. 80 words per minute, while doing something else like typing. So you should be able to just stream of consciousness type an essay. But if you, which a lot of my students are quite a bit older, not quite a bit, but they're a bit older. Maybe they weren't as lucky as I was to have typing classes in my school that I was like mandatory to take. Your goal should be about 30 without looking. And once you get like 20 to 30 and you can just do it without looking, it will improve over time. It is just a matter of reps, right? If your wrist hurts while like learning, maybe if your wrist hurts while typing, and if you're on the computer as much as I am, you can invest in what's known as a split keyboard. This helps a lot with how your wrists kind of like bend inward while you're typing to type on a flat keyboard. Even just doing the motion hurts. I'm on the computer so much. You can get an ergonomic mouse, which I'm not going to show, but if you want something a little more easy to switch to, I recommend something like this. If you want something more ergonomic, which I honestly recommend committing to this, if you're stubborn like me, committing to something like this, I'm on a Shuffle keyboard, which is, it's not as crazy looking. Maybe it looks more crazy to y'all. But the key thing is that these are in line, whereas these are staggered. This stagger layout is from typewriters, where the bars had to protrude like separately from each other. That is not necessary. That is like basically, an old head kind of way of keeping things around that they don't have to. The benefit to having these in line with each other is that your fingers bend in a straight line. So I can just, if I'm on R, I can just bend my finger and it naturally goes to F. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This is no warm up. This is first try. Let's see how fast I type. Oh. Again, house never another need. Play head, no consider little. You seem it even large. Play all and during many take not world since very again. 95 words per minute, and that was kind of a casual pace for me. I wasn't like super locked in, obviously. But I was just going and fixing my mistakes as I go. For my people in IT, for people that want to be programmers, for so and so, you have to remember that if especially as a programmer, if you can't type quickly, like relatively quickly, if you can't type without looking at the keyboard, I don't know, it's unprofessional. And if I have two candidates of the exact same skill set, one can type without looking, one can type but has to look, at the keyboard, and they're using their two fingers like chopsticks. Um, I'm gonna hire the guy that can type. I'm sorry. Um, Now for programming specifically, that definitely applies. To IT, this might apply as well. A part of doing the job is not just doing the job, it is looking competent and inspiring confidence in your bosses that you're able to do it as well. And being able to type is one of those things. Being able to know keyboard shortcuts looks like magic to non IT people. Trust me. Like if open up a new tab, um, if I open up Bruce, please black out my email. If I open up a new tab here, without using my mouse, I look crazy. If I close it using Control W, I look crazy. If I close this using Control W, if I GT to switch tabs, um, I look like a magician, right? So, yes, it's definitely worth learning. Like, you have to remember that there's no reason to start later, which is the excuse I get from a lot of students. And remember, this is a video. You can close this out if you want. I'm just gonna keep rambling for a little bit. I always have students that are like, "Oh, I'll start doing that after, um, I'll start doing that after I finish this course." And the thing is you can just come here. You can change the time to, I don't know, 30 seconds, and you can really just slowly, you know, just backspace until you get the right letter. I kind of wish it told you what you were putting, but QWERTY, right? ET turn, and I don't know, a minute or two of that a day is enough. I promise. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. Thank you guys. I will see y'all in the next